diligently so he wouldn't have to wash the milking machines and all that other horrible stuff we had to do on the farm.
Well, it worked.
Pretty smart.
Yeah.
But I was such an innocent little thing that never occurred to me. It was a good thing our mom was so gentle and patient, or I'm sure Delmar would have gotten more than one paddling. I know this because after we both grew up and had children of our own, I asked Mom if she had ever spanked any of her children. She said she'd never felt the need, except once. And I was so relieved when she told me it had been my brother and not me. So let me remind you, I was such an innocent little thing. She never did tell me what he had done, but it must have been huge, because she didn't spank that incident. It probably would get a little boring for me to go into a lot of the silliness that took place on our farm. Can you imagine all of us kids being silly? Plus Mom and Dad. Some of you have already been filled in on some of the best and most memorable antics, like what happened to those cute little kittens in the cat sand pile. I'll save that one for his 90th birthday. A couple of situations do come to mind. One was the time he and Brother Mel, who was a little older than him, hooked up an old tractor magneto to the wire clothesline where Mom was going to be hanging that giant basket of wet clothes. They had put a crank on the magneto so they could easily turn it and give an electric shock to anything or anyone touching the wire. You guessed it, Mom got quite a jolt. And due to her sweet nature, she laughed it off and said it actually made her arms feel better. Sort of took away the reaction they probably expected. The other occasion I remember well was an incident aimed at me, and that really upset me. I must have been 7 or 8 when someone gave me a tiny little doll made of cellophane with arms and legs attached with strings. I'm sure by today's standards it wouldn't even have been good enough for a Cracker Jack toy. But I dearly loved that doll, and I surely was not going to share it with anyone, especially our little sister. She was 3 years younger than me and very disruptive. So to keep her away from it, I put the doll in a small metal box, probably had pills in it one time, and buried it in the backyard. I had a few tricks of my own, I thought. You might know that Delmar must have observed me doing my selfish little thing. And since this was also the day designated to pick those pesky potato bugs off of the potato plant, you might guess what went through Delmar's cunning mind. You might also be able to figure out that when I dug up my darling little doll, someone had put a nice healthy handful of those nasty potato bugs in with my darling little doll. He's so proud.
I don't remember that doll. Remember now.
I sure must have given Mom an earful of crying and tattling, but did he get punished? Too late to ask Mom now. I rather think Delmar won't tell her or even remember either. I'm not really sure you were totally at fault, Delmar. I'm just saying I'm blaming you. Well, Delmar, I guess I'm through tattling on you about your inventive childhood years. For now, anyway. I never figured either one of us to get this old, as no one else in our family, except Dad, who lived to be 88, ever lived to reach even 80. I want to wish you a happy birthday and many more great years to come, brimming with all favorite times and good health. I know you will continue your work here at Journey, as you have all these years, and may God bless you with the strength to do all that you so cheerfully do. Perhaps your warped mind, your warped sense of humor, your awesome friends, your adoring family, your innocent sisters, great doctors, quick wit, and a wonderful wife have kept you going all these past 80 years. Happy birthday, Delmar. I love you.
Thank you. Can I tell a story about the day she got scarlet fever? Anyhow, I was, I don't know what grade I was in. Anyhow, I was old enough to have a pocket watch, you know, and, or those dollar watches they call them those days. And, so I had it wore to school, and that day, the clock on the wall quit working, you know. So the only clock in the house was mine, you know. So I figured if I set that sucker up 10 minutes each period, you know, it would allow for an early let-out. So that's what I did. And the teacher never caught on, and she wasn't in school. And so,
I was sick.
she was sick. And so, come about, school's supposed to let out at 4. So come about 3:30, there was a knock on the door, it was my mom, and she came to tell the teacher that I had to leave school immediately because she had scarlet fever, we were quarantined, you know. It was a big deal those days. So the teacher says, well, that's all right, we're closing anyhow. We're done. She never did catch on, and my mom looked surprised.
Well, I think she said your clock had a way of always gaining
Oh,
time.
yeah, something. Yeah, I never did get in trouble for that.
Or decreasing as the need was growing.
Yeah.
That was just one of his minor things.
Anybody else?
That'd be nice. It was said of Abraham Lincoln that he was one of us, only a little taller. And what I love about you is that you're one of us, just a little bit taller. And you're taller in the area of compassion. I've seen you love in incredible ways. You're taller in the area of generosity. I've been blessed before the economy changed too much, Delmar and I were going to lunch, or breakfast,
Yeah.
or lunch, for the whole first year I was here. And you're taller than us in your heart for people. You just have a heart for everybody. And you have a way of loving people that is just contagious. And you're taller than us in the vision area. I call you P.T. Barnum because you always got something working and always got a vision. And I think you're taller than us in your deep love for Christ and your Christ-like example. And I just love you so much, and I'm so blessed to know you, and I'm so blessed that my kids know you, and my wife knows you, and you and Barb are just. I can't express how much I love you guys, how much I respect you both, and you are just like one of us, but you are definitely taller.